that was the least of our worries. See, he just didn't understand that things spoiled. I know. Hey everybody, it's Katrina and welcome to another YouTube video. Today's build is going to be a retro RV microhome. So I definitely want to give credit where credit is due. The first person who deserves a big shout out is Andrew, once again. Everyone has been so supportive of me and this channel, but Andrew has given me so many ideas and supported me so much since the beginning of this journey, and I cannot be more grateful for him. Another person who I want to give a huge shout out to is Roxy Sims here on YouTube. I'll be 100% honest here and say I don't know if this video would have been possible without her. She created a video over on her channel on how to create a camper in The Sims 4 without any CC or that kind of thing, which is awesome, and I didn't even know was a thing. And in my last video I said I was doing research, and her video was the one that really stood out to me, and I'm very grateful for her sharing how to do that with everybody. I will definitely link her video down below so you guys can also go check out her video because it's awesome, and you can kind of see how I did this, and maybe you can go create one of these yourself because this was so much fun to make. And on top of that, it was a challenge because it's a micro home. And last but definitely not least, I want to go ahead and thank everybody who has been supporting me on this journey. I have gotten so much overwhelming support from literally everybody in my life. It's honestly just amazing how much support that I've been getting from everybody. I literally cannot describe to you the feeling that it gives me when you guys let me know, both down below in the comment section and privately, how much you enjoy my videos. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you to each and every one of you guys. I definitely wouldn't have even have gotten this far in my channel without you guys. So like I said, thank you guys. It really does mean a lot. Okay, now that I got all the mushy stuff out of my system, let's get into the channel news! In the last video, I mentioned the fact that I was editing the audio more, and you guys really seem to like that, so that's definitely staying. And honestly, it probably would have stayed even if you guys didn't say anything about it, because I liked it better, and I want to put out content that I'm proud of, because I feel like that kind of content is the content you guys are going to want to see, because it's the content that I'm going to enjoy making. Not that your opinions don't matter. Like, if you would have hated the way it was edited, I would have found some other way to edit it that you guys would have liked, but since it was so well received and I enjoyed the outcome, I'm going to keep doing it. So this kind of style of audio editing is going to stay around at least for now, and if I find something better that will make my content even better, then I'll try it out and see how you guys like it. This whole thing really is all just kind of trial and error at this point to kind of figure out what I like, what you guys like, and just what works overall. And honestly, I don't see myself really changing it up at this point until I find a camera that I really enjoy, which is also in the works, but is not going to happen for a while. It's not that I don't want to show my face, and it's not that like I'm ashamed of myself or anything like that. I just don't have the quality of camera that I want to have and the type of camera that I want to have, and I don't want to put out bad content. So for right now, it's not going to show my face, but eventually we'll get there. I feel like it's going to be one of those moments later in my channel where everybody's like, oh my gosh, Katrina's doing a face reveal, especially since I'm getting that new icon and the new banner made, which brings me into another aspect of channel news. I recently received my first rough draft of my icon and banner, the little character, the little chibi, and you guys, it is so cute. It is everything I've wanted and more. I'll go ahead, and this is between me and you, I'll give you another little sneak peek into it. I won't share the actual rough draft because I'm not sure if the artist wants me to show that, so I'm going to respect his artistry, if that's the right word, but between me and you, it has bean in it. right? I'll go ahead and link his Fiverr down below like I did in the last video, because if you guys are looking for anything like that, he is definitely the guy to go to. The last big thing I wanted to tell you guys about actually has to do with my audio. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but it sounds a little different, and that's because I got a new mic. This one is compatible with my MacBook, so that's fun. I'm actually editing this sound on GarageBand, and that's a lot better than what I was doing. So I feel like my last video took forever to edit, and part of the reason was the mic that I was using was only compatible with my iPhone, so I had to record the audio on voice memos on my phone, airdrop it to my MacBook, then not even thinking about using GarageBand because it just did not pop in my mind, I dragged that audio into iMovie and I edited it in iMovie, and I had some issues with that because it's not as big of a screen where I can kind of see more of what I'm doing on a detailed level. So hopefully I'll be able to edit a lot quicker with this, and I'll be able to get even better audio, more consistent audio, and all that good stuff. That's pretty much it for channel news at the moment, and I'll go ahead and link my last video right here, and you guys can go vote in that poll that I had on that video, so you guys can kind of choose what let's play you want me to do first. And right now it's tied between two, so if you guys could go and vote in that would actually help me out a whole lot. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about this build. Hi, hello, Editing Katrina here. So, as y'all can probably see, I actually ended up getting my icon and my banner early. So the secret's out. That's what it looks like. It's so cute. I ended up making the banner myself. Not that I didn't like what he did, I just don't think it fit my channel and what I wanted as much as I had in my head. Regardless, what he did was nice, and I might end up using it for something else, but for my actual YouTube channel, it just didn't fit my exact style as well as I would have liked. But he gave me a transparent version of the chibi. I'm able to do whatever I would like with that image, so I was able to create my own banner to my liking, and I'm really grateful for what he did. But yeah, no, so I actually ended up getting it early, which is awesome. Okay, now actually to the build. So this build, like I said earlier in the video, was super fun, and it's a very retro looking. I went for that blue because when I looked up the kind of trailer that I was thinking of and the kind of trailer that Roxy Sims based her trailer build on, I saw a lot of like aquamarine blue kind of colored trailers, and so that's why I went with that color on the outside. I think it's so beautiful, and just like she says in her video, that wallpaper from Parenthood, it is perfect for that kind of detail on the RV. And I kind of had it in my head that this RV was an older RV. Since it had the vibe of the retro RV on the outside, I wanted to make it like an actual older retro RV and not just like one of those newer RVs that people make to look retro, if that makes sense. So what I did was I actually put down like older tile, older counters, that worn down carpet, and furniture that seems like it would have been collected over time. The newest looking thing that I think I have in there is the Murphy bed, only because I wanted to have a sitting area in the living room that wasn't just the dining area, but I also wanted to be able to have a bed, obviously, because your sim is going to have to sleep. And this is my first time actually using the Murphy bed, because like I said in my first ever video, the Murphy bed scares me. Like, I like the idea of that random chance that it's going to malfunction, but it happens so frequently that it makes me question the value of that bed. Just because I don't want to go to sleep every night thinking, oh well, is my sim going to wake up in the morning starting from day one? I'd like to be able to get some use out of the bed without all that like crushing anxiety of, is all my work in this save going to go down the drain because of this? So even though this build is super cute and super charming, use this at your own risk, or replace the Murphy bed with a more stable bed and deal with the fact that it's a little hard to walk around. Your Sims can do it. I play tested this, and even when the Murphy bed is all the way down, your Sims can walk around it even with that dining table still there. I don't know. Either way, I really do like the Murphy bed in here. The color swatch looks really good with the rest of the build. It's just a little risky, you know? But sometimes that's good. Sometimes you gotta add a little bit of spice into the game. I'm very back and forth on this issue, as you can see. It's what it is. So I feel like every builder has a favorite part of a build when they do it. And this build was so small, and I think my favorite part was the kitchen clutter. So I watched a video recently, and I can't remember who did it. If I can remember, I'll link their video down below, but I saw them put that like pot and pan set, the one that's like stacked up on the stove, and I was like, does that work? Can you really do that? And you can. Can you believe that? Like, that baffles me that that works, and it adds so much reality to a build like this. Such a small build and an older looking build. It's kind of, you know, worn down. The person who lives here isn't really worried about how pristine their house is and whatnot. They're not really worried about that image, and honestly, we have pots and pans on the stove sometimes, and it's just realistic. And so I put that on the stove, and yes, the stove works. You can totally cook on that, and I think it's so cute. Literally, like I always say, it's the little things. It just adds that realism to it. Like, life gets in the way. This sim has other things to worry about sometimes, and the pots that are stacked on the stove is not a top priority. And that kind of brings me into a story. So I have lived with some messy people, and I recently had this memory pop up in my head. You know, when you're just kind of talking about something and something you push down pops up. Yeah, that happened. It happened to me the other day, and it wasn't like a horrible one or anything. Like, some of them can really make you sit there and be like,
but you did this for what?
Luckily, this one really brought up just annoyance in remembering it. So my freshman year, my boyfriend at the time, I used to go over to his house, and he had this one roommate, and he was interesting. He boiled everything. He boiled chicken, he boiled beef, he boiled eggs, he boiled instant coffee, he boiled everything. But that was the least of our worries. See, he just didn't understand that things spoiled. I know, but listen. One time, he just left chicken out on the counter, and we came back. We thought he was going to cook something, so we left, and we came back, and it was there 8 hours later. But I think the worst time was he put a gallon of milk on the floor by the trash that he didn't finish, and instead of emptying it or anything like that, he just put it there. And I'm pretty sure by this time it was already really bad. Because trust me, he would not have thrown it out if it wasn't already really bad. And I guess we assumed he was going to take it out later, and we had some problems with him and call us petty, but we didn't really want to take out the trash for, you know, the 30th time in a row. So we were like, if he put a gallon of milk by the trash, he's going to be taking it out soon, right? No. So again, call us petty, but we left it there because we weren't going to take it out. We were going to stand strong and teach this guy a lesson in basic hygiene and human decency. So it sat there for 2 weeks. Are you kidding me? I cannot tell you the stench. It was so gross. Y'all, I refused to go over there for a while. Like, I could not handle it. And eventually, we took out the trash. We literally just could not take it anymore. And this roommate ended up leaving after the fall semester, so he wasn't there for the spring semester, so we only had to deal with him for a semester. But I have so many stories about this roommate over the course of one semester, and it wasn't even my roommate. So yeah, probably the worst roommate I've had to deal with, but luckily not have to live with. It was just one of those things where I was over there a lot. It was by the gym that I used to go to at the school, which I can't go to because of quarantine, so I've been working out at home. But you know, I was over there a lot, and every single time there was something else that this roommate was doing that was beyond what I could comprehend and adult human could do. And this man was like 24 or 26, I can't remember, and I just don't understand how he didn't understand how things work. He just didn't understand how things worked, and I don't know, it gets me heated because this man did not even know basic hygiene and basic human decency. Literally could not comprehend it. I don't know, it's wild, man. I don't understand people. I just don't understand. But yeah, no, the clutter in the kitchen, it's cute, and not a gallon of milk on the floor. I think I put a lot of like Strangerville and Outdoor Retreat stuff in this build, like all together. I think between those and like Tiny Living, those were my main packs used, which I feel like those make a lot of sense in this build because one, it's in Strangerville, so we're going to be using Strangerville stuff to make it kind of blend in with the rest of the world, and then it's a micro home, so of course we're going to be using Tiny Living stuff to kind of make it work for a micro home, and then on top of that, I feel like a lot of the Outdoor Retreat stuff really goes well for the yard of this build, like with the lawn chairs and the cooler and that kind of thing. The clutter in the kitchen with the box of cereal with the non-perishables, that goes really well in this build, and everything fits together nicely and is very cohesive. So I know a lot of people don't have like all the packs that I do, and although I still don't have every single one, I still have a good bit of them, and I know that's more than what a lot of people have. So I'm wanting to do a base game build soon. I have one up on my gallery, but I only have one up and I want to do another one. It's a little bit of a challenge just because so much of the stuff that I do like using is in packs, and I also want to do builds where it's like base game and one pack so that people can use them if they have like that one pack. And I actually want to go ahead and give you guys a couple to choose from for that kind of idea. So I'm going to put up a poll right about now and go ahead and vote on which base game plus blank pack that you would want, and I'll build it within the world that came with that pack. So that's going to kind of limit what packs we have to choose from for now, but I want to go ahead and kind of do like a world centric kind of build for those first, and then we'll do like game packs that don't have worlds or stuff packs moving on from there. So I know I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I'm going to give you guys until sometime in the afternoon today to pick which Let's Play from my poll in the last video that you guys want to see, and I'll have the Let's Play coming out on Friday, so that'll give me time to film and edit that video. But yeah, I'll have that video linked down below, so after this video is over, if you haven't already, go back and vote in that poll so I can see what you guys want to see for the Let's Play. So on that note, actually, we're coming towards the end of this video. I lost some footage towards the end of this video because my computer decided to stop recording and I didn't catch it, so you don't see me putting down the mailbox and the trash can, but it's in the build, I promise. And this build is up on the gallery, and as always, my name on the gallery is katiemackk, and the spelling will be found down below in the description along with all of my other social media, so you guys can follow me there if you'd like, and you can follow me on the gallery and you can find this this build up there along with the other ones on my channel and some ones that I did before I started the channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, comment down below anything you'd like to see me build or do on this channel, or even if you just want to say hi. I love hearing from you guys. Remember to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more of my content. There is more where this came from, and I'll see you guys soon.